You're going to be famous. Welcome to creating an assignment in Canvas using LTI and your Google Drive. My name is Marcia Carrillo. And I've got my friend Leslie here. Say hi, Leslie.
Hi, guys.
I've got my friend Leslie here joining me, and so that we'll be able to, probably be able to teach part of this. This will be a co-teaching webinar today. There's my mom and dad. They're my inspiration, along with my 5 daughters. And I'm live in the Central California, and I've been in education for 32 years and mentoring. And you can find me at mcarrillo.edu on Twitter and Face and Instagram. And I'm on the Teacher Tech group with Alice Keeler Facebook. This is part of the Alice Keeler Premium, and we had some requests for some Canvas. So we want to specialize. We're just going to do a 30-minute webinar and just focus on one thing mainly, which is I'm going to model a new assignment. So one of the things that I'd like you to think about, and even at this point, I'm going to add a blank slide here, and I'm going to send these out in the chat, is thinking about when would you want to send out something where you want to give everybody a copy? What might be an example of when we want to send something out to every student? When will we give all students a copy? And if we want to just go ahead and add a slide. So one thing I'm thinking about is if I want to give everybody a copy of my notes. So that's my idea. Who else has an idea of when you might want to give everybody a copy of an assignment? It's from Google. What kind of things might you want to send out, Leslie?
I probably would want to send out things like maybe hyperdocs where they're embedding their information into the hyperdoc.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what else. Or
I was thinking a choice board, but I'm not sure if you always do it that way, or do you just send it out as a view?
So it just depends. Most of the time I send it as a copy just so that way they can like type their notes on it or ideas on it. I don't know. It's nice.
I like
or
that.
I put like a link on the bottom of the choice board, like attach your assignment here, and they attach it on the choice board itself.
So do you feel like you send everybody a copy very often?
Yeah, I feel like I actually do use it a lot. Like it just depends.
Like what else would it be?
Hyperdocs, choice boards. Like if we have something like we're maybe watching a film and they're answering questions, I'll do their own document. I'm trying to think.
Kind of like a worksheet type thing.
Yeah, like a worksheet. If I do a digital worksheet.
Okay.
Even sometimes slides, I'll attach their own copy. Just
yes.
So they have. I don't know. I just like doing it because they have it and they like to type their notes on it.
Yeah. So I was kind of like this notes they take along with the slides, or your own, like that you're going over.
Like that I'm going over. Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of looked at that as kind of like your Pear Deck or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we did a little brainstorming there. So that's when we would use it. So I'm going to go ahead and model that process using my school dashboard. So if you want to send out a Google assignment on Canvas, So that's good that you're here with us, because Leslie is letting me know that she is using Google Classroom. So I'm going to show her, this is a good chance for me to show her how she could use Canvas that integrates with Google. This is, to me, a possible selling point on transitioning. And because her and I were already talking about the pros and the cons, and there's so many good things with both platforms. So here's a module that I made, week 3 enrichment. And you press on the plus button, and we're going to make an assignment, and this is going to be a new assignment. And I like to number all my assignments, and I do like to indent. I like to number all my assignments because #001, Alice Keeler strategy. What does that do? Even in Canvas, if students do Control F, Control Find 001, it jumps right to it. The icon, the cursor will jump right to the assignment. Then this could match up in the gradebook. So when students say, which assignments am I missing? That really, the numbers really works for students. So now we have not linked what we wanted to send out. So now we're going to edit this. And of course, at this point, we would want to say we already have the choice board made. So we're skipping that step. Whatever you're going to assign, you're going to already want that in there in your Google Drive. So I'm going to click on edit. And actually, this is where you would write the directions if you wanted to let the students know. I mean, I would make it really big, you know, please complete 2 choices on the choice board. Okay. And then we're scrolling down. You can put how many points it's worth. If kids work a long time on something, it's worth 100 points for me, or they're not doing it. And this is where you can group your assignments, you know, if you have categories. But the main thing here is, how do we access our Google Drive from here? And this is, it says submission type. So it doesn't scream out at you, but it says submission type. So right now, there's no way for anybody to submit anything. So what we want to do is we want to select external tool. And then we click find. What we're looking for, and what's really awesome, is there's all these that actually connect. Edpuzzle would connect. And that would be a way for us to assign it. Flipgrid's on there now. That's a new one. And this most recently, Pear Deck. So I'm going to do webinars on those next week, but this week is just the regular Google assignment. So you want to assign Google Doc, Google Slides, Google Sheets, and you want to give everybody a copy. That's what you do. You click on the Google LTI. That's an external tool. And that's my account that I'm accessing. So it's going to access my Google Drive. And right here, I don't know how intuitive it is, but you click on attach. So that's now going to open up my Google Drive, and anything in my Google Drive I could attach. And so I want to attach this Halloween choice board. It's actually a really good choice board. We can just change the Halloween on it, and it would be great. Notice here on the side, it says each student will get a copy. So this is Google's integration into Canvas. There's my 100 points. If I wanted to add a rubric, I could. And then we just hit create. And then some reason they want you to select it again. And something that I like is load in a new tab. That means that when the student clicks to open the assignment, it's going to automatically go into a new tab. I've noticed with some of our new technology users, that's helpful. It says to assign to everyone. this would also be a chance to differentiate if you wanted to assign it to just a certain group of students. And then due dates, I'll tell you that we're in a different situation. So I really like to allow a couple of weeks. That way I don't have to keep changing the date. But maybe there'll be a first checkpoint soon. So you can fill out that information. And then we want to go ahead and save and publish. Okay, so then that's how it ends up looking. And when I go to load that, it comes going to be opening in a new window. And it shows up as a file. And then it shows right here, Halloween Choice Board. Each student will get a copy. So just like in Google Classroom, it will have their name and it'll say Halloween Choice Board. Just like in Google Classroom. And it allows for speed grading and different things like that. So this was a choice board that I made that was based on a bunch of Alice Keeler templates, pixel art. This was for students to make a GIM kit on their own. That's a game. This is an Alice Keeler Play Connect 4. This is her Yahtzee. These are all, a lot of these are on sheets. This is her Play Farkle on sheets. This is a card deck. And then I thought another good one for students would be create a quizzes, or maybe they have some choices of their own. So that was a favorite one that we shared out at our last training. And so that is how we make so that's how we access our Google Drive and put an assignment out in Canvas that each student would get a copy. And so what I did here is, and everybody has access, everybody will have access that watches the webinar, will also include the slides because this is part of the Alice Keeler Premium. Shout out. So we modeled a new assignment. These are some of the ways when we might want to give a student a copy. We showed that we did a submission. We used an external tool. It was called Google LTI. And then this is what's you might be handy as a review is when you go to edit the assignment, what you're looking at, which isn't intuitive because that doesn't say access your Google Drive right there. But when it says no submission, that's when you drop down and external tool comes up and you want to just start thinking, if it doesn't have to do with Canvas, it's an external tool. And then from external tool, we're going to click find, just kind of going through what we went through right now with screenshots. You're going to, and this part's intuitive. Oh, there's Google. I see something I'm familiar with. And so you select that. And this is where it's going to ask you, maybe you're logged into several Google accounts. You need to make sure you're in the right account and you hit continue. And I feel like this doesn't really say, this is where you need to attach what you want to send out to kids. I almost want it to say, attach what to send out to students. That's where you attach it. So that's when your drive shows up. So anything in your drive, you're going to be able to send out as a copy. And then this is just shows you how it shows up later. You know, you want to verify, yes, it's there. I saw this check for plagiarism. So maybe if you are assigning some kind of an assignment where there's a lot of typing, you might want to try that feature out. But this is what's letting you know, you're creating a Google assignment that's similar to creating a Google assignment in Google Classroom. Google is actually integrating with Canvas. They're trying to allow people to use Google with Canvas. And then this is what students would see, but you would also have access to this. So basically you send it out, the student has access, but you can also open it and you can both type on it. You can also see them working live on that in your Canvas. Then this comes up again. So I think that's a little clunky maybe. So just go ahead and select that. And this is a little tip. I selected this load tool in a new tab. That really helps our students. If they don't load in a new tab, they almost need to hit control when they open a new tab. So it will go in one. When they hit a website, if students click control, that opens a new tab. Otherwise, they lose what they're working on unless they've pinned the tab. And then students get frustrated and they get lost and they are afraid to ask. So this is how it shows up for the student. And then when you click on it, this shows up, they click on this and each student gets a copy. It has their name on it and it will say Halloween choice board, whatever the assignment is. And of course I would have matched that. That would have said 001. Bad example, Marcia. So I showed that where we linked to the Google Slides. This is a video tutorial that I made a while back, but it does have these exact same features and shows those exact same steps, just with a different assignment. So if it helps you to watch a tutorial, I wanted to make sure and provide that today. And then I wanted to ask if we had any questions.
I think I am good for now. If you went over pretty much every component that I had a question about so far. So, and I like that they automatically get their own copy. So that's nice.
Yeah, so that's the main thing, is that's the only way that when you send out an assignment, it has to be their own copy. If you wanted to do like edit slides, you know how we like to send out collaborative Alice Keeler slides or thin slides, the way to do that would just be on a page, a Canvas page, and you would just embed or link the slide, put the link there. But don't send that out. If you do an assignment, it's always a copy. It's always a copy. It's not the 3 choices like Google has.
Gotcha. Well, that's good to know too.
Yeah, so that's something that's different, but then it also does allow other Canvas features because you've used it this way. And then just starting this week, Pear Deck is now another one of those external tools.
That's nice.
So that students could go through Canvas and they would not need to join a code. Mm-hmm. It would be embedded into the Canvas. So, you know, we're finding out about some new features about Canvas. And so that's why we have this webinar today, is everybody in technology is updating things, and the LTI Google feature for assignments is probably teachers' favorite. Anybody that's been using Google Classroom, and some people have had the choice to switch and others have had not the choice. And so we wanted to provide this so that if you were a Google Classroom user and you are switching to Canvas LMS, that you see how they can integrate and that they are talking to each other, and that might be useful for your students. And of course, this presentation was part of Carnival Slides. We love them so much. So thank you for joining, and we're going to sign off. Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you, guys.
We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.